Jason Wright, president of the Washington football team, had to answer some questions on a particular piece of content that the Washington football team put out. I believe the show is called Making the Brand. It's a massive thing about what will the name of the team be going forward. Obviously, after 3 exposés last season and a lot of other conversation in the state of the world, they were left with a team with no name, no culture, no nothing. They still were able to win some games while their coach battled through cancer just last season and almost beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the playoffs before the Tampa Bay Buccaneers inevitably go on to win the Super Bowl. They bring in Ryan Fitzmagic. It feels like what once was the depths of hell for the Washington football team now is potentially starting to fly a little bit. Brighter days are ahead. And, you know, it is brightest after its darkest dawn, and the Washington football team, brightest after the darkest. Washington football team was dark days dark days about a year ago. Dark days. But now here we are 1 season into the Washington football team run. We'll pick a new name later, they said. Now they're at the point of picking their new name. They're doing like a behind-the-scenes reality TV show almost for what the new name is. You hear on that video both Ron Rivera and Jason Wright go, yeah, I really like, and then they bleep out, bleep out, bleep out. So they're trying to leave teasers and get everybody involved and on the edge of their seats for what the name of one of the largest fan bases in the NFL will be cheering for. And then the way they went about it is they gave us a list of 8 of them. You got the Armada on there. You got the Presidents on there. You had the Sentinels on there. You got the Commanders on there. The DC Defenders, which was XFL team, the Red Hogs, the Redwolves. You got all those. And he had to come out and say, just to be clear, because everyone keeps asking, we are down to and working through a final 3, but this is no form of the final 8 list. These are just a selection of names that happen to show up in the video our team produced. So the final 3 are in there, I believe.
Yes. Yeah.
But that is not the final 8. There are 5 bullshit finalists in there. Who do you think are the final 3 that they've already decided that's what they're trying to do? Anytime you change a name or go forward, it is going to change a lot. There's a lot of money on the line. There's fans on the line. There's a bunch of bitching and moaning that's definitely going to happen. I mean, this is a big deal for Jason Wright. I hope they get it right, even though they'll probably get it Jason wrong for at least half their fans.
I mean, Armada's definitely not on there. We know Defenders can't be because it's XFL. Nobody likes Presidents right now, so you got to assume it's the Washington football team, it's the Red Wolves, and it's a oink, 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 Red Hogs. I mean, I think Red Hogs also plays just as well as Red Wolves.
Okay, so you think Red Hogs,
boom,
Red Wolves, Washington football team are your final 3.
And you know what? I will throw Commanders in there because they could have a cool dude in a commander outfit, like walking around saluting everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Commanders would be very cool because they command your attention. They command you to lose a football game. They command. Yeah. I like the name Commanders. I think Red Wolves has to be in there, right? Because just the virality of it all. I think Washington football team has to be in there as well. We came to this conclusion yesterday because I think they're going to piss some people off that they moved to Washington football team. People maybe fell in love with Washington football team, old school WFT, how you doing? This is what we're about. They're going to lose in this regardless with some fans, but massive decision, Ty.
Well, and you made a good point yesterday that I hadn't really thought about. Like when you said, you know, when we were saying, hey, Washington football team's got to be up there. Like of these available names, like that is probably the toughest one in terms of like branding and logo and like putting that on the shirts. Like there's not a whole lot you can really do with that. And I didn't really think about that. Like that is a massive part of the decision. You get Red Wolves, you know, like that kind of opens the doors a little bit for what you can do with like the mascot and the, you know, the logos and the designs. Like there's so much shit that goes into this. I think a lot of people forget about that.
If you go Commander as well, go Commander Z's. Ooh. Main guy. Holy shit.
Hey, Commander Aziz was a part of the Intercontinental Championship team just a week ago, but now, you know, so I had to set an alarm, you know, because we're out here.
Yeah, of course.
And when we're back in Indy, I don't have to set an alarm. Body clock gets me up.
Yeah.
Right? I'm up. I'm ready to go. How you doing? Keep moving. Normally I have to piss, and I'll do it, or my cicada rhythm cycle does its thing. You know what I mean? Had to set an alarm for the first time in a long time. I forgot what my alarm tone is. It is bam. People forget, like, I think everybody assumes because I lose my fucking mind when King Nakamura comes out that is all a gimmick or whatever. It's like, that was literally my alarm and ringtone immediately upon hearing it years ago. I think that is you got the boom, 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 boom. Like, there's only a couple of those that really catch on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's only a couple of them. And his is immediately upon hearing it, I caught on to it. But it was very loud and woke me up this morning. For sure. But yeah, it's been great to be out here in fucking desert time.
That is one of the best ever. I just think back to when we were in New Orleans for WrestleMania on Bourbon Street. If you could bottle what was going on there when Shinsuke's theme song came on, I think you could disseminate that across the world and garner world peace. That was the most unified I've ever seen anyone anywhere on Bourbon Street, no less, where you're expecting guys to get knocked out. Shinsuke's music comes on, and you know, it's just like, you know, you got 50,000 brothers and sisters around you just having a good time.
I will say there was like a 65, 70-year-old lady who seemed to really love that song down there in Bourbon Street. She unrolled those things as quick as she could for the song.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Bounced right down onto the ground. Right into the little puddle down there.
It was amazing.
Yeah. It's incredible.
But you're right. If they are the Washington Commander Azizes, I mean, they would command attention, dude. If that was the case, that guy's 7'6", I think, walking around. He can move. He's no longer the champ. Red Wolves seems to already have an entire built-in marketing strategy.
Yeah.
And you talked about the point of the merch and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just as something as small as this, because think about just a club head. Like a driver club head thing.
Yeah.
Just that's one small little tiny little piece of merch, by the way. Just one that you can put a Red Wolf right on top of the driver.
Boom.
And that thing will sit there.
Yep.
Now, could you just put a WFT thing over there? You could, but if it's like a savage Red Wolf, like a cool looking wolf or whatever they're gonna go, the marketing for that, the dollars behind the merch there, that is, and, you know, it's all about the fans and the game and
Of course.
everything, obviously.
Sure.
But let's also not forget about the billions of dollars that are up for grabs in the merch whenever it comes to the entire thing.